Fantastic, simple, basic lamb curry. We're going to start off with this one. Let's take a look at the ingredients that we need. Okay, so our first lamb curry, I'm going to try and keep it really basic. So here I've got some lamb. I've got about 450 grams of lamb. It's quite a nice cut. It's quite lean and quite good. Cut that into little cubes. So that's about a pound, I think, 1 pound of meat. Here I've got 2 or 3, depends on the size, of tomatoes that I've put into my liquidizer. You could just chop it really small if you want. 1 cup of onions. Here we've got spices. So if you're regular to the show, you're going to know all about these. I always call this the big 4. So we've got equal parts. It's like a teaspoon each of chili powder, turmeric, coriander and cumin. Now if you want, you could use the equivalent amount of a curry powder that you have, like a curry mix or something. A tablespoon there of garlic ginger paste. Now garlic ginger paste is a 50-50 mix of garlic and ginger. If you want, again, if you can't find that, I mean, you can buy it in most stores or make it, quite frankly. We make it because we use so much of it. You can just chop garlic and chop ginger nice and small again. Fresh chili, up to you the amount. And here I've got some cilantro or coriander, whatever you call that. So a nice basic, easy lamb curry to get us started. Okay, so you're gonna need some sort of pan, pot or whatever. I've got this kind of wok thing here. I've got some oil in there. I've got like 2 or 3 tablespoons of sunflower oil. Now you can use any oil that you like. You could use coconut oil, you could use mustard oil. Don't use olive oil, that's not really suitable. We're heating that up and we're going to drop in, first of all, our lamb. So like a pound of lamb, nicely, it's like I say, it's a decent cut, this one. It's not a big stewer. It's quite decent. So in that goes. And the onion. And we're going to throw this around on a just above medium heat for about 4 minutes. So we've got some colour on this. It's absolutely nowhere near cooked, of course. Now we're going to go for that tablespoon of garlic ginger paste. I'm now going to add my fresh chilli. I mean, you can add less than that if you want. And we're going to add some salt. Another 4 minutes. Keep it moving now. Perfect. Next up, we're going to add our tomatoes, like 2 or 3 tomatoes. And like I say, with my ones, I just pop them into the food processor. To that, we're going to pop on the spices. Let's take one more look. Equal parts, or a teaspoon each, cumin, coriander, turmeric and chili powder. In that goes. We're going to drop the heat now to medium. And we're going to let that go now for about 8 or 9 minutes. Okay, so not only have we, in the process, helped the meat cook, what's really important here is getting those tomatoes cooked. Really, really important. What we're going to do now is just add a little bit of water. And then I'm going to put the heat up just a little bit. And then we're going to go for another 5 or 6 minutes until it will evaporate out basically and get it to a consistency that is suitable for you. Just thicken it up just a little bit. And then we're done. Okay, so off goes the heat. And that's reduced down beautifully. That's ensured that the lamb is cooked really nicely. All we're going to do now is get a little bit of cilantro, drop that in, mix it up, job done. Okay, and there you go. You've got a really beautiful, soft, tender, basic lamb curry. Let's move on and do another one. All right, so with this curry, we've got a curry of lamb with quite a lot of bone in it, which I love. It's really simple to make. We're basically going to just stew it out for quite a long time to get it really nice and tender. Let's go. So what I've got here is lamb with bone. I've got 500 grams, which is like a pound or so. Nice bit of meat on it, but some nice bone in there. I do like a nice bony curry, you know. 3 tomatoes cut small, 1 cup of onions, a little bit of cilantro or coriander, 2 teaspoons of cumin seeds, 4 green cardamom, fresh chili as much as you like. That's quite a lot. You might want to put less, but yeah, up to you. 2 tablespoons of garlic ginger paste. Here we've got what I always call the big 4. We've got 2 teaspoons of chili, cumin, coriander, and turmeric. And here, if you can get these, I've got some fresh curry leaves. They're absolutely wonderful. Sometimes hard for you to get depending on where you live. Try and get dried maybe. Okay, let's go. So what I've got here is some ghee. I'm using ghee for this one. If you don't have ghee, you can use any, type of oil that you like. I'm just going to melt that down. Okay, so that's just melting. We're on an above medium heat. I'm going to drop in those cumin seeds and the green cardamom and just let them go for a few seconds. And then to that, I'm going to add our meat with all the bones. So like I said, there's some nice meat there, but a lot of bones, some ribs and stuff like that. And what I'm going to do is, on an above medium heat, we're going to throw this around in the pan for about 5 or 6 minutes. Get a nice bit of colour on it and seal it a little bit. So a little bit of colour on the meat, but obviously nowhere near cooked. We've got a long way to go here. Right, we're going to drop in our 1 cup of onion. I'm now going to get in our fresh curry leaves. I'm going to add some salt. And we're going to go for 4 minutes now. Next up, 2 tablespoons of garlic ginger paste. Going to add my fresh chili now. And we're going to go for another 3 minutes now. Fantastic. Okay, next, the 3 tomatoes. In they go. Then we're going to add our spices. 2 teaspoons chili, turmeric, coriander, and cumin. 2 more minutes only, mixing away. I'll be back. So just give that a nice little mix. Next up, water. Let's get some water in here. That's a couple of pints of water, I think. Okay, we're going to go now for 30 to 40 minutes. Okay, so that's now been going for like 30 or 40 minutes. It's drying out nicely now. Off goes the heat. I'm done with that. It's a beautiful little spicy stew, really. So in goes that little bit of cilantro. Check it for salt. It's going to be fine for me. And I love that, just picking through that, getting my hands on those bones and having a grab and a suck. Excuse me. That's it, beautiful. Let me get that on a plate. Okay, steaming hot. Really love that kind of curry. For me, like I say, I love sort of going through the bones and getting the bones and having a chew on it. Simple, easy, delicious.